Hi everyone, welcome once again to A.O.S Abroad. Thank you very, very much for joining today's episode. Really do appreciate everyone for coming on board. Thank you so much for being a part of this session. And today we have a very, very interesting topic we want to discuss on. This topic is a trending topic, something that a lot of people want to know about, a lot of people want to learn about, and it's centered on Canada visitor visa to refugee asylum for permanent residency. And in line with that, we are going to also be discussing the World Cup 2026. Yeah, the World Cup 2026, as it has actually been official for some time now, you understand. But we are going to be discussing about that World Cup in line with what is in stock, you understand, by the FIFA World Cup organizers, and how you as well as an immigrant can actually benefit from it. Because as you know, definitely that our own group, our own conversations here revolve around immigrants, how to benefit immigrants, how to benefit travelers, how people worldwide can actually come to Canada to succeed in Canada and have the opportunity of actually bringing their family members along with them. So bring that. So that being said, today let's go down directly to what we have for today. I'm going to be reading from FIFA. You understand? Or let me, maybe what I will do is let me share the screen. I will share the screen with you, and we together are going to go on the FIFA. Do you understand the FIFA website? Likewise, we'll be talking about the 2026 World Cup in relation to what Ontario, the city of Toronto, basically said about it online, and how you also can plan your Canadian visit visa up to refugee if that is what you want to do, if you are qualified for it. Oh, please note something before we even go. You understand? Before we go in depth to what we have for today, please note that everything we say here is not legal advice. Everything we say, I'm not an immigration consultant, I'm not an immigration lawyer. Do you understand? But people have been discussing with me about these things, and I just felt that let's talk about it today in our live session. Do you understand? And in our live session today, we are going to be educating you on what you need to know about how to apply for Canadian visitor visa and how to use that visitor visa if you qualify for it to also come into Canada and later on even do you understand, work on your refugee application. Now, that being said, as I said, let me share my screen. I'm going to share my screen right now for those that are on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and LinkedIn. Let me share my screen right now. I just typed on the, for those that can actually see, I just typed on Google. I just typed World Cup 2026, World Cup 2026, and if you can see very clearly, you see that from World Cup 2026, it takes me directly to the, or I can see the first thing, which is FIFA, the FIFA.com website, which is of course the official website for, you understand, for anything related to the FIFA World Cup. So let's go on the website and let's learn what they say on the website. But before we even go on the website, you can see it very easily. They said the FIFA World Cup 26 will be the 23rd edition of the tournament, but the first to feature 48 teams. That means 48 teams from 48 countries and three host countries. Three host countries. So the three host countries are number one, Canada, number two, Mexico, and number three, the United States. So basically, the FIFA World Cup is going to be hosted by three different countries. Do you understand? Or we are going to have three different countries having the opportunity to actually, for immigrants to actually migrate or visit or tour the countries by virtue of that World Cup. That's basically what we have for today. That's basically the advantage that we are talking about today. How you as an immigrant or as a traveler can visit one, two, or even the three countries. Do you understand? Visit the three countries easily by virtue of, you understand, by virtue of the what? By virtue of the World Cup. Do you understand? Now, that being said, if we go on the website of FIFA, as you can see, it says, okay, we are seeing a lot of videos, a lot of things on the website. Maybe I should let me play the website if we can hear it. For those that can actually view that a lot of things are on the FIFA website. But that's not really what we have for today. What we have for today, what we want to discuss today, is Canada. Canada being one of the hosts of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Doing, thank you very much. I see you liking our live on TikTok. So for Canada, Maple the Moose, it states Maple the Moose was born to roam, journeying across all of the Canada's provinces and territories while connecting with people and embracing the country's rich culture. Now, as a street style loving artist, music enthusiast, and dedicated goalkeeper, Maple found purpose through creativity, resilience, and unapologetic individuality, with a knack for making legendary saves and a heart full of strength and leadership. Maple combines endless stories and unstoppable flair. Now, this is what we see on the FIFA World Cup website. But what we want to tell you is there are three countries, three major basic countries, if you can see on the screen, three basic host countries. The host countries for FIFA World Cup 2026 are Canada, Mexico, and the USA. Canada, Mexico, and the USA. And from what we are to discuss today, as because I'm in Canada, I can talk about Canada. You understand? This is going to be the first time hosts. Canada, we are Canada. We are going to be Canada will be FIFA World Cup host for the first time in their history. First time in the history of Canada, we are going to be hosting the 48 country teams, and the nation put on a record-breaking FIFA World Women's Cup in 2015, proving their credentials for hosting the high quality, prestigious sporting event. Now, this is a sporting event. Okay, Tito Mazza said, I will be security. Oh, that's cool. If you are already working on being a security, one of the security officials for the FIFA World Cup, then that's nice. Thank you very much. I see a lot of likes by Steven Ugu. Now, what are we saying in essence, my people? What we are saying in essence is that if you want to come into Canada, like I'm going to be definitely running an advert talking about this because I want more people to come into Canada, whether as students, whether as visitors, or whether as you understand, permanent residents. This is your opportunity. Like this is, they are going to start it around June. Okay, let me read it through. So okay, look at what they stated. Oh, okay, Rock of Ages is saying it is a good pathway to claim asylum. Or you're asking, is it a good pathway to claim asylum? Now, asylum is something different. I'm still going to be writing an article, a newsletter blog article about what asylum is really about because many people don't know what asylum is. Many people don't know what it means to become a refugee in another country. Do you understand? Yesterday, I was actually online and I was introduced, or I saw a group, Nigeria to Libya group, of those people that are going to Italy, that are going to actually become illegal aliens or later on to go seek asylum in Italy. And I read some stories that were not really, really good to hear. But again, I also read some success stories. So that's why today we are talking about visitor visa to refugee or to asylum pathway. Because some people have succeeded in it, especially those that have legit stories, and some have not succeeded in it. So, what we want to do today and later on through the article is to let you learn how exactly you can make it beneficial for you. Do you understand? How exactly you will not be part of those that at the end of the day will regret the process. So, Donny is saying, is it possible to get permanent residency from this? Well, permanent residency is a program for Canada immigration that doesn't really rely on an event. You understand? So whether an event like World Cup takes place or not, it is not based on, or permanent residency is not based on the World Cup. It can be based, the event can be based on visas like visitor visa, tourism visa. Do you understand? Or business tourist visa, that kind of thing. But it's not based on permanent residence. You can get a permanent residence visa now. You can get it next year. There is no limit, there's no timing, there's no restriction about, you can't be saying, okay, you want to become a permanent resident because of the World Cup. No, you understand? It doesn't work that way. And they don't need you to even have that kind of excuse. You understand? World Cup event is not a kind of excuse for you to become a permanent resident. You can become a permanent resident without any excuse. Do you understand that it's because you want to come to for an event? People that use events like this, you understand, webinars, seminars, and things like this, are people that what are people that actually want to come visit or want to tour the country. Okay, Stephen Ugu is saying, okay, if you need any financial support for your travels, of course, go through the what do you call it? Go through the A.O.S Global Travel Grants. You can get more information on our lives, on our what do you call it, link on our bio. You can get more information through that on our bio to learn more about it. Now, Rock of Ages says, but agent said asylum is 100% guaranteed to get PR when you land and apply. Now, one very thing I always ask people is that you can't blame people for telling you things when you too you want to be lied to. You understand? Because let me ask you, is it 100% guarantee that at the end of that, okay, you that you are alive today, you'll be alive by weekend, or you that you are even alive to this morning or this afternoon or anywhere you'll be alive in the next quarter of a day or the next, so even your life is not guaranteed. Your life is not 100%. You understand? Your life is not 100%. How will you not expect an agent to not tell you it is 100% to get PR? Nothing is 100%. Nothing in life. To become a president of the country, is it 100%? You understand? To earn even $1 million, is it 100%? I'm even talking about 1 million or 10,000. Nothing is 100% in life. So if you say an agent is telling you it is 100%, you too you want to be lied to. You understand? That is why you are believing that kind of agent that is telling you it is 100. Nothing in life is 100%. Do you understand? And that is why at the end of the day, I do always tell people, there was one content I shared one time. I said, don't scam yourself. Some people always say travel agents scam them, consultants scam them, immigration lawyers scam them. At the end of the day, if you really look at it, you see that it's those set of people that are scamming themselves, because they are making people lie to them. And you are proving, you are accepting that lie. Why are you accepting the lie when you yourself you can go online and browse? Is asylum to Canada 100%? Is there an 100% guarantee for asylum in Canada? It will bring it to you like this gedegbe. You understand? ChatGPT, I don't know what some people are using ChatGPT for nowadays. If you put it on ChatGPT, is asylum in Canada 100% to get PR when I land and apply? It will show you, it will tell you, it will inform you that this is not 100%. So it's very easy. If a travel agent tells you one thing, it's very easy to say, ah, Oga Ade, you are lying. You are giving me tick like, not small like tick. You understand? So Stephen Ugu said, I got admission to PSW at Fanshawe College. Can you help? Congratulations. Congratulations for getting the admission. Well, you that got the admission, you should have had some planning towards the admission and how you are going to work on your study. But for more information, as I said, you can actually apply for A.O.S Global Travel Grant and get the opportunity to win 2,000 Canadian dollars in support of your admission or for your schooling or for anything you want to achieve in Canada. So congratulations on that. Okay, Doyin is saying, so you are laughing. Well, it's true. You have to learn. You understand? And that is where our discussion today comes in. Canada hosting the World Cup 2026. Now, this is a very huge opportunity for many people who want to come into Canada to actually benefit from this particular advantage, because it's an advantage. If you ask me, it's a privilege for people to actually have this valid excuse to tour Canada. It's a valid excuse to come into Canada. It's a valid excuse to have the opportunity to apply and to get approved for visit visa or study permits. Not everyone are going to get approved. And of course, that boils down to the fact that nothing is 100%. In fact, 48 countries coming into a single country, you understand, for the purpose of this event means that there will be some rejections. Do you understand? But even if there will be some visa rejections, some visa refusals, again, there are going to be more people being approved because of course Canada wants to make money. All this kind of events is for money, is for revenue generation. You understand? And for them to host this kind of games, they expect to make more from their what investment. So you have to understand that from the economic standpoint, the demand for these kind of visas, visit visa, tourism visa, will be high right now than what than someone that what they call it than someone than any other time that you want to come to Canada. Okay, I'm seeing one response. Sasco is saying, telling you this as someone who has practiced immigration law for 17 years in Canada. Great. We have an immigration lawyer here. As I stated at the beginning of this, I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm not an immigration consultant. I don't consider myself even as a travel agent. All what we are here doing is educating people. But we have Sasco, who is an immigration lawyer here. If you can also get to click on the invite button or from the host button, we can have you speak about this today. So, just like I said, people have been talking about World Cup 2026, how they can come into Canada through the world. And I say, yes, it's possible to come into Canada by virtue of the event. But you have to know the things that are included in you coming into Canada, the do's and don'ts. And that's why the first place we are going on is the FIFA World Cup website. We want to learn what Canada actually has in stock, or what FIFA are doing together with Canada to ensure that the World Cup 2026 is a success. Now, they said Canada has qualified for 2 World Cup finals in their history. In 1986, when the tournament was hosted by fellow 2026 co-hosts Mexico and Qatar 2022, just as hosting the 1994 World Cup proved to be a turning point in the trajectory of football, in the USA. 2026 will be a pivotal in developing a lasting legacy for the future of Canadian football. Now, they said the newly formed Canadian Premier League was founded in 2017 and played its first season in 2019, featuring 8 clubs. The league would form an important part of the roadmap to the FIFA World Cup 2026. So there are also 3 Canadian teams that compete in the Major League Soccer in Montreal Impact, Toronto FC, and Vancouver Whitecaps, representing the 3 largest metropolitan areas. Now look at this. They said the 3 largest metropolitan areas: Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. So it shows that more people are going to want to actually support their teams. And yes, you can be a Nigerian and say you want to support Toronto, no problem. You can be a Senegalese and you say you want to support Montreal, no problem. You are from Venezuela and you want to support Vancouver FC, no problem with that. Do you understand? They understand that some people are fans or followers or anything, so things, you understand, of clubs. So these are ways you can use to set up your application, or actually work towards your application, your either visit visa or tourism visa. And note again, just like the person that asked, that is it 100%? Nothing is 100%. The final say lies on the what? On the visa officers, whether to accept or to approve or to reject your application. But we are learning today how the FIFA World Cup is going to be, you understand, hosted by Canada majorly, and how you can learn. Like now, we have known that there are 3 different areas, which are the major metropolitan areas: Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. So people are going to be coming to Canada, or are going to be stating that yes, they are coming to support their teams in Canada by virtue of what? By virtue of these locations and the teams that are in those locations. So they said, yes, you can start getting your tickets. You can start your FIFA World Cup 2026 journey by exploring our ticket options. So if you want to work on your visitor visa, on your tourism visa, and you want to start making sure that you have that visa before the World Cup. Do you understand? You can start getting your ticket, just like you get tickets for other tourist attraction centers. Do you understand? Like going to Niagara Falls, going to, you understand, the CN Tower and places like that. You can start working on getting your ticket for the what? For the FIFA World Cup. And they said the experience of the FIFA World Cup 2026 is from 11 June to 19 July 2026. Some people are asking me that, okay, with the FIFA World Cup, does that mean that I'll be able to stay in Canada for like 6 months or like a year or more than a year? And I say, the you have to understand something. There are some principles of visas. There are some rules guiding visas. There are some policies guiding visas, visa issuance. Visa issuance when it comes to work, study, no, visitor visa or tourism visa is that at most they even like you too much. They like you, over like you at most is 6 months. But you have to note that even they said 11 June 2026 to 19 July 2026 is when the FIFA World Cup would actually take place. So if you look at that, that's roughly like 2 months. Let's just even say like 2 months. The visa officer has the discretion to give you just 2 months to stay in Canada. They have the discretion to give you 3 months, even 1 month. Safe. It depends on how your application is solid. And that's why we always say work with a licensed immigration consultant. We have our own consultant that we can link you to. Do you understand? And many times you have seen him in some of these lives as he has come on board to talk to you about immigration and how you can come in to study, to work, to visit. And I think maybe what I would do again is maybe we would have another live session and would have him come on board to discuss with us about how you as well can actually come into Canada by virtue of the FIFA World Cup. Maybe I'm going to do that. If you want to actually get in, maybe to talk about it, just put a like on the, just request it in the comment section, and perhaps we can actually look for how we're going to get in to talk about this. Now, so, but if you want to get your ticket, they said you can get the tickets that allows you to watch the history unfold and secure your tickets to experience the action live. You understand? And you can also, I think, get some tickets for hospitality. They say single match packages and more are also available. So if you want to get the one that is just single match, that you just watch one match and that's all. If you want to watch the one that is you watch several matches, do you understand? You can also browse and buy your ticket. So there are what they call it now. You can actually learn more on the website. Okay, I'm clicking on the website and it's taking me, it's redirecting me to other locations. So I'm not going to really focus or draw so much on that. But what we are learning today is that there are three host countries: Canada, Mexico, and United States. And if you want to come to any of those countries or even all of those countries, you can start getting your tickets right now for the FIFA World Cup. And you can get dummy tickets. It's not compulsory because, again, you are not yet sure that you will get the visa. So you can get dummy tickets if they allow. I've not really gone to check so much, but okay, thank you, Mashud Abiola Yola, for clicking on the. I'm going to talk about this for some of our clients. I will talk about this as well in the this week's live session for some of our clientele, and we'll discuss in details how people can actually benefit from the World Cup. But what we are saying in essence is you can apply. You can, like, okay, for those that don't have an account on FIFA, you are required to sign up to actually access the ticket, to play games, and to stay up to date on the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifications. So basically, for those of you who want to come into Canada, I've seen some people that are even working on their permanent residence right now, and they say, oh, please, I heard that FIFA World Cup is coming up in Canada and I want to benefit from it. I want to come in firstly as a visitor or as a tourist. And later on, when I come in, I can now decide to actually continue my PR or to, you understand? Yes, you are allowed. It's not compulsory for you to actually just focus on one visa. If you are working on your PR visa right now, do you understand? You can still work on tourist visa to come into the country first, and once you have landed in the country, once you have had the opportunity to, you understand, be part of those that are actually watching the World Cup live, you can later on work on your permanent residency. So that is one way people are using as an advantage to come into, you understand, Canada. So FIFA World Cup, as I said, is in these three major cities. Oh, okay, they said it's in Toronto and Vancouver. Toronto and Vancouver, actually. I think the Montreal is just for the Montreal FC, the club in Montreal. So they said, we are Toronto, ready to welcome the global game. Toronto has hosted significant international football events, starting with Canada's first entry in FIFA World Cup qualifiers back in 1957, and as arguably the most multicultural city in the world, Toronto is truly the world in a city. So basically, they are letting us know about the history about Toronto, how Toronto has been in the World Cup, how you as well can, even those that want to volunteer, this is another opportunity. Another opportunity, like the person that talked to us in FIFA, that I'm not saying FIFA, on TikTok, that said that he is going to be part of the security. So you can also click on this link if you want to volunteer for the FIFA volunteer community. You can volunteer to learn how you can take part of the what of the FIFA World Cup in 2026. Whether you are in Canada or you are outside of Canada, if they allow people that are outside Canada as well, you can also register your interest. So just go on the website. If you go on the website that I've showed you, just FIFA.com. Once you FIFA.com, you'll be able to see how you can also volunteer. And that may be another way to actually strengthen your application, that yes, you are part of those that are volunteering, even if volunteering is more of a work. So I don't know if Canada would accept that kind of thing under tourist visa or visitor visa. So you can actually reach out to a licensed immigration consultant. If you want our immigration consultant to talk to you about that, just let us know, and we can also inform him to kind of come and answer some questions that are related to visa applications here. So if you are part of the volunteer team for FIFA World Cup 2026 under a study visa, that may be a question to him. Maybe I will ask him that question. Is it possible for a volunteer under the FIFA World Cup 2026 to come into Canada as a tourist, or does that person need to get work permit? So that may be a very good question to ask. So, and there are different places you can volunteer. From what I can see here, you can volunteer in Vancouver, in Toronto, in New York, New Jersey, in Seattle, in Boston, in Philadelphia, in Los Angeles, Kansas City, Atlanta, Dallas, San Francisco Bay Area, Houston, Miami, Atlanta, Monterrey, Guadalajara, Mexico City. So there are different places to actually volunteer. In fact, this is one thing that okay, look at that. Now they are telling us the volunteer requirements, should in case if you can benefit from it. They said the volunteer requirements, availability, commitment of 8 shifts between 11 June 2026 and 19 July 2026. So you have to commit to at least doing at least 8 shifts. Oh, I see that some people are not seeing that on the screen. Let me see if I can um, actually present the full screen. Yes, if I can present the full screen, I think that will be much better. So, all right. So just like I was saying, okay, let me go back to, yeah. So the volunteer requirement, to volunteer you need to commit to at least 8 shifts between 11 June 2026 to 19 July 2026. Your age, you will need to be 18 years older at the time of your application. They say eligibility. To be eligible, you must comply with the entry requirements of the host country. Now look at that. So that's why we're having this conversation today. It shows that You may not just say that you want to come and watch the games. You may also say you want to volunteer in the games. Do you understand? And if you want to volunteer in the games, FIFA is saying on the on their own website now, it's not the Canadian immigration website, no, to FIFA is saying on their own website that you can be eligible to actually become what, a volunteer of the FIFA World Cup, but you must comply with the entry requirements of the host country. So a simple question you can ask a licensed immigration consultant or a lawyer is that, okay, as a volunteer, can I come into Canada with a visit visa and actually volunteer for FIFA World Cup? Or if not, can I get a work permit based on the FIFA volunteerism and be able to use that to come into Canada? That's one question you need to ask. Now, language, they say you will need to speak English. Additional languages are a plus. So if you can speak English and French better, like me, people like us can even get volunteer. If they pay good money, why not? Just for 2 months, go and make money. So team tryouts and trainings. You need to attend the volunteer team tryout and complete training. Now, this is something. If their trainings are done physically, you may need to land in Canada before June 11. So that may be, if when you are applying for your visa, that may be a reason you are going to put in maybe like the SOP, even though there's not like SOP, but you can put in the explanation letter. You understand? You can put it in the letter of explanation, LOE, that yes, you are going to also be attending the World Cup. You would also need to go through the team tryout and the training before the World Cup starts. You understand? And of course, that could actually give you more opportunity. Verification, they say you also need to agree to and pass a background review, of course, because this is an international event. So they cannot just be inviting, selecting, or choosing anybody anyhow. Do you understand? They would want to verify that, okay, yes, are you someone that don't have any criminal background? You're not gonna be beating attendees, or you're gonna be doing drugs or things that are, do you understand, that are not good. Okay, Sasco is saying, sorry, I am in court, but I can answer questions in 20 minutes. Wow, thank you very much, sir. So, an immigration lawyer that joined us right now, Sasco is saying that he's in court, but he can answer questions. My own particular question, I've said I would refer to our consultant before, but I can also ask you as a lawyer. Can someone coming to Canada through the World Cup 2026 actually apply to become a volunteer for FIFA in Canada? Please, that is the number one question I have for my own audience. Perhaps if it's a question that they too also want to actually respond, they want response to, you can also let us know, sir. So as a volunteer, or as someone that wants to come into Canada as a volunteer, do you understand? Can that person come into Canada as a volunteer from outside Canada and volunteer for FIFA, you understand, for the World Cup 2026 in Canada, and be able to work, even because the volunteer, I don't think it's going to be paid. They call the volunteer. Okay, even if it's paid, can they work as a volunteer under tourist visa or visit visa? Or if not, can they actually get the work permit? Do you understand? And is it going to be easy to get that? Because I don't think that kind of thing can be accorded the LMI, because LMI at least has to be 1 year or 2 years if I'm not wrong. So valid, and it's just 2 months. It's just a program of 2 months. So please, can you explain that area to us? Can someone coming to Canada from outside Canada volunteer for FIFA and be allowed to come in as either a tourist or through the temporary work permits? So we'll be expecting your response, Mr. Sasko, on that. Now, the volunteer journey. Now, this is very important. They said the volunteer journey applications August to September 2025. Oh boy. So it seems the opportunity is already slacking, because take a moment to read and understand the program's requirements, fill out the application form, and complete the online assessment. Please note that you may only select one option as your preferred host city. So just one city at a time. And they said applications were within August to September 2025. So sadly, this information, I am sharing it late. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even think about, because based on questions people are asking me to as well. So I didn't really learn about the World Cup earlier. So sorry about that. So I think maybe this, but okay, let's keep on reading. It says volunteer team tryout, October 2025 to January 2026. This is October already. This is 1st of October. So they said if you are invited to attend volunteer team tryouts, this is our chance to get to know you better. You would also connect with fellow volunteers, meet your volunteer management team, and experience a glimpse of the tournament. So sadly, again, they could have started the team tryout. It's the team tryout. They're starting it this October, and it's going to last till January 2026. Now they said role offers December 2025 to March 2026. They said if selected, you will receive your official volunteer role offer. Background reviews will be conducted upon acceptance of a conditional offer. Please note that this process varies for Mexico. All right. And they said, gear up and get ready. March to June 2026. Like all great football teams, there's lots of prep that goes into stepping onto the pitch of the FIFA World Cup. After accepting your role offer, your journey kicks off with mandatory, that's compulsory, mandatory training designed to prepare you for your role. And lastly, tournament time. June to July 2026. This is your moment to step into the heart of the action and be part of the biggest World Cup yet. So, sadly, again, this I don't know if it's still available to apply. If they extended the application process, if anybody knows about it, if they have extended the application timeline, let us know. You understand? But they said you can explore the different volunteer areas where you can actually participate in at the FIFA World Cup 2026. And the World Cup perks, okay, the volunteer perks, what are the benefits you get as a volunteer? They said one, official FIFA World Cup volunteer uniform, two, exclusive reward and recognition items, three, meals and refreshments during your shift, four, volunteer certificate, five, lasting friendship and once in a generation experience, six, skills based learning opportunities. So I not see anybody say they are giving money. So FIFA volunteer team versus times FIFA World Cup 26 by Jane Violet give the official FIFA volunteer team created by a member of the FIFA volunteer community listen. So basically what they are saying is okay, there's still a button here that says apply today. There's still a button. So maybe we should click on that apply button, submit your application. Let's see if it is still available for you to actually apply, because that could be, as I say, one way you can also easily get do you understand, the visa. If you are able to volunteer now and you say you have to be in Canada maybe this month or next month, you understand, Canada may want to look at that and give you, you understand, your visa. So they said the FIFA World Cup 26, the biggest ever edition of the global showpiece, will feature 48 teams and 104 matches played across 16 host cities in three countries: Canada, Mexico, and the United States. The FIFA World Cup will take place from Thursday 11th June to Sunday 19th July 2026. Okay, Feyi Shara is saying at rock ages, it's not true. Okay, I don't know what it's not true. So maybe you can perhaps go on this and actually put your information and see if you can have the opportunity to, do you understand, the opportunity to be selected. So for me, maybe I will try it. Maybe for those that are here to let me try to apply. So hopefully, if I try to apply, if it's successful, then I can come back and let you know that yes, you can still apply even though we are already in October. And if not, this is just one way. Do you understand? The volunteerism is just one way. Another way to actually come in is to apply for the tourist visa, and which is the reason why we are having this discussion today. You can apply for the Canada tourist visa and use that as an avenue to actually come into Canada. Do you understand? And okay, Fisher is saying no. I said that about his message, not to you, sir. Oh, all right, no problem. So, basically, as I said, as Canada's largest city, Toronto is a globally renowned destination for its culinary scene, nightlife, extensive green spaces, music, film, and cultural festivals, and more major sporting events. So over 150 neighborhoods from Little Italy and Chinatown to Queen West and Yorkville contributes to the city's vibrancy and diversity, each with their own unique character. Now, BMO Field, the Toronto Stadium during FIFA World Cup 2026, is Canada's first soccer-specific stadium and plays home to Canada's national soccer team, the Toronto Argonauts (CFL), as well as Toronto FC MLS. Now, what are they saying here? They are telling you that BMO Field, if you are applying for your visa, your visitor visa, for instance, you can add that yes, you have gotten tickets for the BMO Field through the FIFA, if that's how you go to, and yes, you are going to be attending the, what do you call it? Thank you very much, Risha, for the likes on TikTok. So you are going to be informing them that you'll be attending the World Cup 2026, you understand, games at the BMO Field, the Toronto Stadium during the FIFA World Cup 2026. Now, why is this important? This is important because now if you look at this, we're in October now. October, November, December, January, February, March. Do you understand? We still have even more than Marches. Sixth of is the 6th month, April, May, June. So this is like 9 months even before the time, 9 months before the World Cup. So if you are to apply now, and assuming that you got your visa successfully, congratulations. If you didn't get your visa successfully, there's still room for you to apply and reapply to get it in order to land in, you understand, Canada before that time. Do you understand? So if you want to actually start the chance to also come into Canada and stay in Canada, tour the country. Okay, Sasco is saying I can answer your questions now. All right, we have an immigration lawyer, Sasco, online, and the first question I asked initially was that as a volunteer, okay, even though that volunteer may not really work again, let's ask him a question. So if someone wants to come into Canada, and okay, let me still even ask the volunteer question. Oh, okay, thank you. If someone wants to come into Canada and have the opportunity to work, like to volunteer for the FIFA World Cup 2026, can that person get just the study permit to do that, considering that the FIFA World Cup is just within roughly 2 months? Or does that person need a work permit through the LMI route and be able to come into Canada through that? So that's the first question, Mr. Sasko. I don't know, I've clicked on the invite. I think you are now live, so you can also talk about it through your microphone.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to make sure I understand your question very well. So the question is about somebody that is currently outside of Canada, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So we are painting a scenario where somebody is outside of Canada, wants to apply for a tourist visa, and the person is also willing to participate as a volunteer, during the competition, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, those are two different things, okay? I think you've explained to them already what it takes for someone to apply for a tourist visa. So this question seems to be particularly, talking about the ability of a visitor to volunteer in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, volunteering in Canada is actually an avenue for someone who meets the requirement to work in Canada. Maybe that person is unable to get a job because of a lack of work experience. So that is why people do volunteering. If they are unable to get a paid job, volunteering, can be the way of having some, work experience in order to, apply for paid job.
Exactly.
So if that is true, it means the people that qualify to apply for volunteering in Canada must have met all the conditions to work in Canada.
Okay.
So even if you are given a visiting visa or a tourist visa to come and attend the World Cup in Canada,
yes,
you won't be able to volunteer, because the condition of volunteering is that you must meet all the conditions required to work in the country in the first place.
All right.
Yeah. And I just want to tell you, during the last, I think it was Women World Cup that was held in Canada.
Yes.
By the way, I'm a public servant. I've worked with the government for like 17 to 18 years. So I have a little understanding to all these government events and the rest of them.
Yes,
It's volunteering for the purpose of the World Cup. I want to assure you that more than 70% of the people that will be volunteering for this event will be Canadian citizens and permanent residents.
Permanent resident. Thank you very much, sir.
In this environment, right?
Yes.
How people value things like that. People just want to do it because of the love they have for the country. So you will actually see some people that will take time off from their big job in order to. So for you to be outside without being a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen and you want to compete with those people, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So that is, I don't know if that answers your question or
it does.
That question on that I can clarify.
It does. Thank you very much, sir. It does. I really appreciate. So people like us now that we're in Canada with permanent residency status or Canadians themselves, they are the most people that will get that offer because, as you said, they have the right to work in Canada as permanent residents or citizens already. Right. So my follow-up question to that, sir, is that if someone is coming into Canada for the main purpose of the World Cup, whether from Nigeria or from any other country, can that person get that tourist visa to actually come into Canada for the purpose of World Cup? And how long is the validity going to be for that kind of visa? I think my people want to know that.
You've asked a very, very good question.
Yes,
The Canadian government is aware of the fact that if you really love soccer so much,
exactly,
there are different ways for you
to come
to watch the event without coming to Canada. That is where we should start the discussion. But by allowing people to come to Canada, Canada will be benefiting a lot from it.
A lot.
For example,
economically.
If I think they are playing, maybe if they are playing more than 15 matches in Canada, for example.
Yes.
People will be coming to Canada from all over the world. They will bring money, right? They will rent hotel.
Exactly.
They will buy food. They will food. Even when there are no matches, they want to visit.
They want to, exactly.
It's going to be summer, right?
Yes, summer, exactly.
Yes. So government will be making a lot of money from it.
From it.
And another thing I want to tell you is this: they already have a quota. The number of people they will be giving visas to come and visit Canada and around that time. Will you agree with me that government must have gotten a quota for that already? Because events like this come with some receipts, right? The streets will be littered by people from outside of Canada and
48 different countries. Yes, sir.
That is it. The issue of crimes and the rest of them.
Yes, sir.
That being said, the condition, see, you are actually applying for a tourist visa or a visiting visa. So the condition they expect you to meet is the same as the condition for applying for visiting visas and the tourist visa.
Exactly.
So the only thing that changed is that when you are applying for a tourist visa, you tell them where are you visiting.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Well, I want to visit also play the Niagara Falls. I want to do this and that. So what makes this different is that your purpose of visit now will now change.
Shift. Exactly.
To the space. It doesn't change the requirement for visiting. So to answer your question directly, recently the Canadian government stopped giving multiple entry visa, right?
Entry, exactly. Yes, sir.
And they also stopped, in the recent past, when they want to approve a visa for you, they usually link the validity of your passport to the validity of the visa they give
visa,
you.
Exactly.
And now, the Canadian government is trying to reduce the percentage of foreign immigrants.
Temporary residents. Exactly.
We usually call them foreign nationals.
Exactly.
That people that are not having PR and they are not Canadian citizens. They want to limit the percentage to less than 10% at any point in time.
Exactly.
So, as a result of that, there are going to be serious restrictions. Regarding, especially this particular worker, because of the inflow of people from the U.S., especially to Canada. It's going to be stricter than it used to be in the past. The female worker, maybe in 2015 and 2016, a lot of people came in. You understand?
Yes.
So nobody, if the competition is going to take 3 months, a visa agent is not going to approve a 3-month visa for anybody. The minimum they will still approve is going to be 1 year.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So,
yes.
but at the port of entry, they will still have you the reason for the visa. So,
Exactly.
CBS looks at your face and says, this person is not likely to go back.
It's not likely.
Just at the end of
they will cut it short.
They will just look at the last day.
Exactly.
In Canada now, they just
just like this one's face. It's looking like good love.
No, it's not related to that. It's psychology.
Psychology, true, exactly.
Yeah, they will
exactly.
just look at you, this person is not likely
to come back.
And there are
Exactly.
some people, like somebody that has visited Canada like maybe 3 times in the past.
In the past.
Didn't go out of status.
Work
They
is
won't really
travel
give
history.
you another 1 year.
Exactly.
So that is it. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does, sir. Thank you very much. So the last question I would like to ask to follow up that is that what do you advise for visitors or tourists that want to come into the country for that World Cup?
Okay.
Should they start applying right now or should they wait till next year?
Yeah, this is the processing. A lot of people, especially from our place. I know you are in Nigeria, right?
Yes, I'm in Nigeria.
A lot of people in the past wanted to come to Canada.
Yes, sir.
With visiting visa, not because they really want to visit visa.
Exactly.
Not because they want to visit Canada. People
are
looking
Canada,
for
true.
To come to Canada and stay put, right?
Exactly, sir.
People want to come and go, for asylum.
For asylum, true.
But those process, the idea of coming from Nigeria with visiting visa and or with a student visa and apply for refugee is not really. It's not very attractive anymore, right?
Exactly.
The reason why a lot of people were doing it in the past is because, immediately you file for your asylum, they give you 2 years work permit, right?
Yes.
And most of the time, you can be working for 3 years before your matter actually gets to the court, right?
To the court, true.
So that was the motivation for people. Even if they don't give me at the end of the day, I will have a work permit. My kids will be going to school, and they get some student in Nigeria. So because of that, the rate at which people were applying for visiting visa in Nigeria was very, very high.
Very high, true.
Decreasing the processing rate.
Exactly.
The processing time, right?
Yes,
but
sir.
Nowadays, the processing time has actually come down because
true.
The people are not really applying for the visiting visa.
Visiting visa like that, true.
What I would say is that just give yourself a processing time of maybe like 3 months.
3 months, okay.
But unfortunately, you can't really wait.
You can't wait.
My best professional advice is that if you know you want to do it, despite the fact that it's still by next year, please do it now.
Do it now. That is the word. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. That it's still next year. It's still June that it will start. Do it now.
Another thing I want to tell you is this.
Yes, sir.
As someone who has worked with the government for many years,
yes, sir.
There are things that are happening that you guys don't know. Every immigration offices outside of Canada have their quotas. This visiting visa on a yearly basis.
Imagine, wow! I never knew that. Right? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, when people are applying for study permit, for example.
Yes, sir.
The time that the schools start issuing admission letter.
Yes,
sir. The chances of approval is always higher.
Compared
to when it is getting, because by the time it is getting to the very close to the resumption time, they must have met maybe 80%
of the quota, exactly.
So there will be more, you understand?
Rejections, refusals, exactly.
The analysis of an application. So that is it.
Thank you very, very much, sir.
Should apply tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Don't waste time. So, okay, sir, since you are an yes, sir. Since you are an immigration lawyer, okay, you want to say something, sir?
No, I'm done.
Okay, sir. So, since you are an immigration lawyer, sir, if people want to apply, you can assist them to apply, right? Like that's one of your own areas of expertise, right?
Yeah, that is my expertise. But I didn't really come online to
exactly
look for clients. I have too many clients. If I want to help anybody,
yes, sir,
it will be through you because you are in Canada, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I think I spoke on your program in the past, right? So,
in the past, yes. I actually remember that name. That's cool.
Yeah, I can talk to you. These people know you very well, right? So
yes,
they
sir.
don't know me. and the rest of them. So any type of visa, even permanent residence, if you have people,
yes, sir.
I can make an arrangement with you. The problem is that my fee is very, very high. You understand? But if you have people, you can refer them to me. I will leave the money with you until the visa is out before you pay me.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Really do appreciate.
No, I am just doing this because you don't know me.
I don't. In fact, this is like the second or third time I saw you online. I don't really know you one on one.
I am too busy. Yes, if you introduce two people to me, you don't really need to send the money to me until I've completed the application and the visa is ready.
Wow, thank you very, very much, sir. Really do appreciate.
Because I'm not expecting anybody to contact me directly, maybe two or three people that might be hearing this.
Yes, sir.
Nobody to contact me directly. If anybody wants to discuss anything with me, it should be through you.
Through me. So wow, thank you very, very much, sir.
I can advertise myself for student visa and all this visiting visa.
Exactly.
My success rate is close to 90%.
90%. Wow, that is huge. That is huge.
When I tell you that for PR, when I tell you let's move forward,
yes, sir.
It means with God assistance, 100% guaranteed. Anybody that is below 30 years that is working with me now is almost 100% guaranteed.
Okay.
Again,
wow.
Anybody that is telling me here should not contact anything regarding this.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you.
To me. Wow, thank you very much. What I would do at the end of this live session is that I will chat you up, so I will send you a DM, and we can actually get to learn more about. Exactly.
I will send my number to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate. Wow, later, sir. I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you joining this live. Wow, this is, in fact, I never expected that I'm going to see an immigration lawyer live on my live session. I never expected it. In fact, this is not one thing that you see every time. Because let me tell you from fact, immigration lawyers are one of the most busiest people in Canada. It is for a fact. They are very busy, very busy. The man that I had in Alberta, in Calgary, Alberta, who is also an immigration lawyer, I've not spoken to that man for like months now. The man is always busy, and you can't force them because these people are experts in their fields. They are professionals in their fields. And that's why, just like our consultants, our licensed immigration consultants, many of you have known him, Kesri Immigration, Mr. Gurinder Singh. He is also very busy too. You understand? So many of them, they look for ways that, okay, you handle the clients, like just get the clients and refer them back to me later on when they are ready. Because they don't want some clients to waste their time. It's even like us that some clients can still be coming and be talking nonsense. These ones are busy. They have people that they are doing things for almost on a daily basis. You understand? So they don't have to, like Mr. Sasko, for instance, you see, before he even came online, he said he was in the courts. Because, of course, people that want to do asylum, he's going to court for them, for their case. And they always have not just 1, 2, 3 cases, they have stacks of cases that they are doing on a daily basis. So if you are not serious, they don't even have time to even do consultation with you. Talk less of you even have the time to be saying nonsense. So I'm so happy. Thank you, Mr. Sasko, for really. I don't know this person from Adam. I have, apart from the live sessions, he does join on a little while. I don't know him, but I think that is where doing things and trying to help people really comes in. Because if you remember the last live sessions too we did about A.O.S global travel grants, where our licensed immigration consultants came in, and it was, yes, we were the one that were giving people the grants, we were the one that set up the grants, but he also contributed to the grants by actually giving people free $500 worth of services. James, now this is someone that, okay, yes, I've even known him before. We have been doing business together, and I never mentioned to him that, yes, I needed him to give me any funds to actually run the grant. Similarly, this Mr. Sasko too, today now, I have not spoken to him from the beginning. I never even knew he was going to join our live session, and now he's saying he wants to help people, for those that are willing. If you want to come into Canada through the visit visa or the tourist visa, he's there to assist you. And seriously, I have a lot of people that have been asking me for tourist visa that, of course, he and our consultants are going to work with. You understand? Anyone that is free amongst them around the time we get clients. Number two, for the permanent residency, he mentioned something, his success rate, 90%, 90%, and even more. That is very, very required. For those people that were always asking, what is your success rate? What is your success rate? He has given you now. You understand? He is, as he says, an immigration lawyer. He's licensed in Canada. I'll still talk to him one on one. He has said he's going to share his contact with me. So I'll still talk to him one on one after this live session. But what I want you to learn now is that, as he says, he mentioned something as well. For those that are coming into Canada through visit visa, the incentive for people is that, oh, when I come in through visit visa, I get a work permit, I start working for 2-3 years at least. Even if I don't later get the PR, I could have worked, earned money, and if I'm to go back. He mentioned that thing. So note, just like our topic for today is centered on visit visa, you understand, Canadian visit visa to refugee asylum for permanent residency, plus the World Cup. It shows that immigration lawyers consult, because this is what they are doing. They know why people, they know the incentives people are using to come into Canada. They know that people are doing this for this particular reason. And he made mention of something, that consultants and lawyers that are outside Canada, they have quota. So sometimes you may be thinking that, oh, because I applied to consultants, maybe next year, then I will get it. No, he says start now. If you want to get started on your World Cup opportunities to come and attend World Cup in Canada, start now, because you never know what can happen. They can give you the visa, they can reject you the visa. So to ensure that you don't actually lose up on the opportunity, start working on your applications now. Start getting people that would ensure that you get what you need as fast as possible, so that, for instance, if you start, just like you said apply tomorrow. So don't even waste time. Today can go, but tomorrow apply. So whilst you are applying, if for instance you apply this October now, October, November, December, there are still 3 months. So, and he said that give yourself 3 months for the visa to actually come out. Give yourself 3 months. And truthfully, I've seen some people's visa that came out before then, 24 days, 1 week, 1 month. Some people's visas are fast to come out. So if you want your own to be fast, so that before the quota gets finished, as he said, that there are always quotas, and they will be more stricter with the World Cup now, because they know that many people are going to be influxing Canada than before. So start working on your immigration now, start working on your visa now, whether it's a visit visa, work permit, study permit, any kind of visa, start working on it now. Even if it is PR, start working on it now. He made mention of, if you are 30 years below, you understand, and you have some things, you can actually qualify for PR. These are some things that we may not get every time hearing from an immigration lawyer about this kind of things. These are facts. These are things that they have been working with. They know the success rate. They know how people have been succeeding with their applications. So my best advice, just from the immigration lawyer as he stated, is that start your immigration right now. Start your applying for your visas right. Don't wait, because tomorrow can be too late. Because not tomorrow now, because I said if you want to start tomorrow. So next tomorrow can be too late. Next tomorrow can be too. Start working on it now. And if you want to work on it, as he says, which I'm going to end with, that don't reach out to him personally, because me, I even wanted to have told him that how can it? That was the next question I wanted to ask, that since it's his own field, how can people reach out? But now he has given you you understand, the formula. Just like our consultants also did, case to immigration. If you want to actually work with those people, reach out to us. We are going to actually relay your information. We are going to relay you understand, your decision or your interest to them, because of course, as he says, he's very busy, so he doesn't have time. People people who are like us, who can come online, who are content creators, educating people, you understand. As I say, I'm a travel educator. I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I don't even consider myself as a travel agent, because me, I'm not like middleman. Though I'm a language coach, I also teach language, which I've said very well on this live session. I help people learn English. I help them master their French language, prepare for examinations like I.O.S, TOEFL, TELF, Canada, TCF, Canada, DEF, and the rest. And we also help people build their careers and their businesses in Canada. That's where me, I come in to the picture. You understand? If you want to actually get to switch from a non-tech to a tech career, that's where we come in. If you want to actually set up a business in Canada, you understand, and start earning in Canada, even whilst you are still in your home country, That is where we come in. So again, where we come in again is to link you up to Mr. Sasko, who is an immigration lawyer. Of course, I will still do my due diligence because that's what I believe people are entrusting us for, to ensure that yes, these people are licensed, these people are registered, these people, you understand, they put their mouth where their eyes is. I mean, it's the eyes. They put their words where their, what is their Imbo? I've forgotten. They put their money where their money. And he has said something which I really value. He said, anyone that comes to us, your funds are going to be with us until the visa comes out. That's when we are going to actually pay him. I don't think it can be as easy as that because I don't think it can be easier. Even though me, I don't even like holding people's money. I like paying it to, you understand, consultants and lawyers, so that I know that yes, it's their matter now. I will just collect my cut, of course, and I'm going to refer it to them. So please, if you want to get started, don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. That's just the best advice because policies can change. We all saw what happened early this year, late last year. Things changed drastically. When you said you are going to wait, that okay, it is next year you do it. Some people waited that same way last year. Till now, they have not gotten their visas because they delayed the process. They didn't take action when they were meant to take action. So don't be part of those that will not take action. Take action quickly so that you ensure that you are not left in the sidelines. When you are meant to be watching World Cup in the stadium, you will not be in your on your back at home looking at your TV. You understand? Because you didn't have you didn't take action when you were meant to take action. So as I said, I'm still going to be making an advert on this, of course, because for many of those that know, we run adverts daily on social media. So we are still going to be running an advert on this to educate people how they can come into Canada through the virtue of the World Cup. We have licensed immigration consultants who can assist you. We also have immigration lawyers, which Mr. Sasko is one of, who can assist you. And definitely, if you are ready to make sure that you come into Canada and actually get that visit visa, or as it says, the PR or any other visa, then please get started. Reach out to us. Click on the link in our bio. You understand? If you want to learn more about it, just go on our bio. Click on it. Whether you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on LinkedIn, you're on YouTube, click on the link in the bio, or you can go to aos.name.ng. Every information that you need, you understand, to actually get to decide which pathway you want to go through is there. Do you understand? And if you have any further questions, you can always book a 5 minutes clarity call with us. And from there, we can actually get to talk to you, see what you want, decide the best pathway for you. And from there, we can link you to the license, the RCIC we have, and the immigration lawyer we have. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Really do appreciate. Do we have any questions before we go on? Do we have any questions? If we have any questions, let us put it on the comment section right now. Let me respond to it. Let's see how we can actually assist ourselves before we go. And don't forget, please, don't forget that every week we come on live at least once every week, at least, to actually answer your questions, to respond to you, to also get to link you up to some of the lawyers and the consultants, and you understand, to educate people about immigration as it relates to Canada. And this opportunity, this World Cup opportunity, is not only patented to Canada alone. For those of you that have been with us before, you know that we also have an immigration lawyer in the US. Do you understand? So if your own is that you don't want to come to Canada, okay, you don't want to just even focus on Canada alone. You want to focus on two countries so that you get dual opportunities. You understand? Yes, because we never know. Some of you may want dual opportunity, and in fact, that would be a much more sensible approach to actually go through, because they said the host of the FIFA World Cup is North America, basically North America, including Canada, the US, and Mexico. So if you want to actually get the Canadian visit visa, the American visit visa, yes, we have a licensed immigration consultant in Canada that can help you. We also have immigration lawyers who can help you both in Canada and in the US. So if you want to learn more about that, reach out to us. Click on the link in our bio or go on our website, aos.name.ng, to actually get started with your immigration. Don't wait, don't delay. Time is not really on our side. Do you understand? Thank you, Victor, for liking our live session on TikTok. And everyone, thank you for joining and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.